that you share this for anybody who's is heavy right now for them. The world is going through a lot of stuff, but anybody you know that you feel like they're losing the battle. I lost a cousin to suicide. So anybody where you see too much of a difference, too much clutter, too much sleep, too much, a lot of things is something you should pay attention to, because it comes with symptoms. Depression is shown in different ways. And you just want to be mindful.
Big mistake, never meant to miss the date. I was caught up with my friends, I forgot that we had plans. So the roses on the floor and found the champagne by the door. All my favorite.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Shelly with the Lifestyle of Shelly. Thank you for tuning in. I was contemplating on first making this video, if I wanted to, like, and things like that, but I definitely felt led on my heart for me to make this, and I took a break on YouTube, and it was for me to come back, you know what I'm saying? And first I want to say on August 23rd, 2023, I got in a car accident, and in that car accident, I learned a lot during the car accident, right after the car accident, and days after the car accident. And I felt really, really led to say something about my journey in this process. Is now Wednesday. So it's been exactly 7 days since the accident happened, and I just want to get on here and spread some light to certain things, you know what I'm saying? And so when I went through the accident, or whatever the case may be, so it's like happening, I noticed like I'm about to hit the person, like, and he was in the right lane, got over into the left lane, and he made a complete stop. So I had no opportunity, no time to veer off or, you know, anything. It was just like, you're going to hit him, so you just gotta let God take over the wheel, like, at this point, you know what I'm saying? And I just kind of went into a little prayer, and it was quick, like a quick prayer though, like, thank you God, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing really major. And as that happened, I just seen my life flash before my eyes as it was happening. But it's something in my spirit that let me know, like, you're gonna be okay, before I actually crashed. And I crashed and hit him from behind, and I got out, and when I got out, my adrenaline was rushing because of what he did. So I was upset and I was screaming. And then a lady came, and she was like, are you okay? Like, because she's seen it. And I wish she was able to witness it, because she's seen it as well. She's seen it, and she was like, are you okay? I'm like, yes. But she was like, I know, but just call the cops and you're okay. The most important thing is that you're okay. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call the cops, you know? So then I try to call the cops, and I'm in the middle of the street, well, like in the turning lane, but my car is right there, so it's not like anybody can like fit to go into the turn lane. So I'm right there, and she's like, Elise, get out the street. So I'm trying to call 911, my hands are shaking like bad. I realized my phone, when the airbag hit it and it flew, it knocked it out of whack, I guess. So my phone wasn't even working at all. And so I'm like, God, like, what the heck? So I'm trying to call 911. I get over to the other side. The man's on the other side. And I get over there, and he's like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was paying attention to my GPS. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know anybody was behind me. And things like that. You feel me? So I'm like, whether you knew somebody was behind you or not, like, you can't just stop in the middle of the road. So I was kind of upset, but he was a really, really nice man. So I was trying to like come down off of what I was feeling. And then I started really feeling the pain, because that's my leg was messed up, it was bleeding and all those things like that. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying, total craziness. So, and I was just in pain, and I was just like kind of like crying at that point. And I was just in pain, and I was just like kind of like crying at that point. And I was just like, God, like, what the heck? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call 911. I get over to the other side. The man's on the other side. And I get over there, and he's like, are you okay? Like, 'cause she's seen it as well. She's seen it. And so But let's fast forward. So after that, went to the hospital, things like that. So mind you, my car got totaled in an accident. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So as I'm sitting, waiting for my sister to come take me to the hospital, because I didn't want to go in the ambulance, but because my sister was right there. So as I was sitting there, I'm crying, and I'm crying for when I'm in pain. Then I'm crying because I know people fight cases and stuff like that, but I'm just like, I hit from the back, and I was like, a lot of times they deem that as, oh, you're the party that's guilty, or you were following too close or something like that, when I know wholeheartedly that's not the case. And because the police wasn't there to see it, they go with what is usually the thing, you rear-ended somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a crazy day, and it was just very frustrating, very upsetting. And I was just crying because the first thing I thought about was, thank God my daughter was not in the car. I literally just dropped my daughter off at school. I was a couple feet away from getting into the house, getting to my neighborhood. And I'm just like, thank God she wasn't in that car. Then for another thing is, I don't think enough people talk about what the accident does to you mentally. Yeah, physically I had pain, my legs hurting, all type of junk, my finger, my neck, my back. A lot of things was hurting, but I was just thankful I was alive, and I was thankful my daughter wasn't there, and I was just thankful that I was able to get out and not have broken parts, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So but the mental struggle like that it can cause, because it's like, getting in an accident, you can be on edge about a lot of things. And then also I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, man, I do this by myself, like. And when I say single mom, I like to clear it up, because my daughter's dad is actively in her life. But what I mean by that is, okay, when my daughter is with her dad, she's with her dad. But no taking no credit from her dad or anything like that. But when she's with me, like, it's a lot that goes on when she's with me, you feel me? And also, like, not having no help. He doesn't have help. I don't have help on my end. And with doing it by yourself and doing things by yourself and taking care of things and already living paycheck to paycheck and things like that, like, life is punching, like, boom. I'm talking about life is like boop, 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 boop. I'm talking about, I've got bob and weaving that junk, you feel me? But life is literally dead serious, like, jabbing me, you feel me? So I'm like, okay, like, God, okay, my car just got, you know what I'm saying? I just got a new car from not having a car after the stuff with my pregnancy and all that. So it's like, now this happens again. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't an accident that happened the first time. It was like so much when I got pregnant with her. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So car total, I'm like, dang, I do everything by myself for my daughter, getting her to school, heck, getting her to the doctor, getting us to the grocery store, just simple things, you know what I'm saying, that you really got to think about, that you don't think about, and you don't thank God enough for what you have until it's gone, for real. Because it's like, I always thank God, but then it makes me want to be so specific now. Like, thank you for me being able to go to the grocery store. Thank you for me being able to take myself to the grocery store. It's just like being so much more thankful. Like, I'm already very thankful, but it's like, oh my gosh, this reminding me of how much more stuff I have to be thankful for. And it's just like, as much as it sucks and it's so heavy on me, I'm not going to sit here in front to y'all like it's not heavy. And I hope I do not end up crying, because I do not like crying. And I definitely don't like crying on nobody camera. But it's just a real situation. And I can't control my emotions when it comes to like real stuff. You feel me? Like, so, yeah, so just like getting to the store, all of that stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And getting my daughter's daycare, and you know what I'm saying, Uber and lifting is so much money, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I've been there where I had to Uber and Lyft so much for every single thing. And I know that could be a lot, you feel me? And it's just like, oh my gosh. Then on top of that, I had liability for my car. So it was like liability insurance. I didn't have full coverage. Never going to do that again. But yeah, so it's just like, boom. It's just a lot of stuff happening with the case. I did have a witness, so pray for me, you guys. You know what I'm saying? But no, just even the after effect of it's the first days. Okay, knowing you're not okay and being okay with not being okay at that moment, but knowing that you can't stay there. And it's like, I was not okay. I was not okay afterwards. Like, mentally, I was like, listen, I don't know how many of y'all have been at this place before, but I was like, God, listen, I know you say you give the toughest battles to your toughest soldiers, but I really don't know how tough I am. You know what I'm saying? And I was literally like, God, this is heavy. Like, it's heavy to the point where I don't know what to do. Like, I was just like, God, please replace my heart with a new heart, because I noticed the battle I'm supposed to win, but I feel like I'm losing the battle. And I was just like, you know what? I was just in the house and I wasn't going anywhere, and I was just super drained and I couldn't sleep comfortably. I kept waking up like in and out of sleep, but all I wanted to do was sleep. And I just felt myself sinking. I felt myself sinking. It was like sinking. And I'm like, God, I can't sink. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I might be in a horrible position, but I got a kid that I gotta take care of, and I cannot sink. Not again. I've been there before where I wanted to take my life. I've been there before where I lost it all. I've been there before where I was depressed. And I'm like, I know you didn't bring me into my own spot, my own car, paid for car. All this to just leave me, you feel me? Like, and I was just like kind of drowning in it a little bit. And I'm just like, God, I need you to work. I need you to work. I know I know that you think I'm tough, and I get it, but if my breakthrough is happening, please make it breakthrough now. And even today, you know what I'm saying? I got some news back from, the police report or whatever. And I'm looking away, y'all, because I feel like if I look away, it'll help me not to, like, go into tears or whatever. But I got the police report, and I'm confused, like, and that's how you know, like, cops just go with the flow, because, like, or go with what they feel because it's written. You feel me? Because that's not how it went down. You feel me? But, like, it was really nothing. So it was barely nothing on our police report. But, whatever. And I started crying. Because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I lost my job to it. I had already lost my job, my work from home job before, because my background check came back incomplete, and not ineligible, but incomplete. Y'all, this is just really just like a story time for real. But it came back incomplete, and I'm like, okay, God, like, I don't know what you're doing this year, but okay, I trust you. So then the background check came back incomplete. They withdrew my application from from the work from home job. So it was a new gig coming up, and my gig was ending for that. My project was ending, and I was supposed to be going into a new project, so they did a more intensive background check. I know for a fact nothing's on my background check, but they couldn't get in touch with the department when I stayed in a different place. So I'm like, okay. And then this car happens, and then it takes away my other income. So I'm like, I have a 3-year-old to take care of, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, God, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm not sure. I'm starting to really get into a place where I don't know. I just, you know what I'm saying? And I cried in front of my daughter, and God blesses you with kids for a reason. I'm crying because I couldn't hold it back, and I was trying to not cry in front of her because I'm like, I don't want her to like just be seeing me cry. So she's hugging me like, Mommy, you're crying. Wipe your face. And she's wiping my face. And I'm like, okay, God. Okay, God, I trust you. And I'm just here to say, it may look dark. It may be hard. It may feel impossible. You may feel like you're not tough at all. Trust me. You may feel like wanting to give up. You may feel like your back's against the wall. You may feel like you don't have nowhere to turn. And you may feel like things just keep happening. They just keep happening. But just know that God will always have your back. No matter what, no matter what you go through, no matter what's happening, and no matter the situation, you feel me? And I just got to a place and I said, I'm gonna work hard to get another income. I'm gonna work hard to show my daughter you gotta fight. I'm gonna work hard for me to not be in that position, but I'm gonna work harder in my scriptures. I'm gonna work harder in my love with God. I'm gonna work harder with really just pouring into God and allowing God to use me and allowing God to form me and just give me a new heart and allowing God to give me the strength to move on. Sorry, y'all. And I told myself, with God, you could do anything. No weapon that formed against you will prosper. And it's just knowing that God is the narrator. He knew what was going to happen before he knew what was going to happen. And I can't give up now. Reaching out to my resources, everything that I can. But I also told myself this. This is a hard pill to swallow as a believer. And I'm just reaching out to the believers, you know what I'm saying? Or anyone who is thinking about the path with God and Christ, you know, just the path of Christ. Like, it's the best thing I could have ever done because it gave me peace. Because I remember in the past, I would have been stressing so bad. I wouldn't have been able to make this video. I wouldn't have been able to think. I wouldn't have been able to sleep, period. When I say nothing, like, I would have been void. I would have been freaking out every day. Would have been a bad day. And I've been having good days. And if I wasn't where I am with God now, I probably would have went the bad route. And by bad route, we all know what that is. When you don't want to be here no more, and so you take matters into your own hand. And I know the mental that I had before, if I would have been put in this position, I would have folded. And it's because I wasn't connected to Christ how I was supposed to be, and I would have made bad choices. And I had to ask myself this though: if you do lose it all, will you still trust him? Will you still praise him? Will you still believe in him? Will you still keep fighting? And although it's not looking that well, you know what I'm saying? If I lost it all, I would still keep fighting. I had to tell myself that I had to think about it, and I had to ask myself, would you still fight? Like, would you still believe in him? Would you still trust that he's gonna do what he said he's gonna do? And are you going to continue to allow him to lead you and you follow? Or will you just give up? And I gave up way too many times in my life. I gave up a lot of times. A lot of times. I threw in the towel. I was fed up. I was over it. And I didn't want to go on anymore. I didn't want to fight anymore. I was tired of fighting. But I had people who prayed over me. And I had people who trusted God. And I had people who had faith even when I didn't. And that's why I'm still here. And I do believe in borrowed faith. You can borrow people's faith. And so that's why I believe in me being strong, so people can borrow the faith that I have. Even when it's ugly. Even when it's ugly. And this was a hard video for me to make, because I like to come and spread light. And I like to be so positive, and I like to be so loving, and I like to just pour into people and serve people. But it's been hard for me. It's been hard for me. And I know that I can do it. And I know that regardless of the outcome, I would trust him. I've been homeless before. I've been in these situations before. Nothing like that with my daughter. But I know storms don't last forever. And I know the deep is not for devastation, it's for preparation. So I know that wherever God is leading me and my daughter, he's going to keep us safe. He's going to protect us. And he's going to have our back. So, and sorry, this is longer than I expected. Because I didn't really expect to cry. Because I didn't want to cry. And I think that's why God allowed me to cry. Because, you know, I see a lot of people, and I'm not a person that cares what people think, but I see a lot of people like, do they put up the camera just to cry? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it, because I think some people do that, because I think it's like the internet is for entertainment, or it's for certain things, so people do what they do. But for me, I'm not even I don't like to be known as, I don't even want people, I don't like for people to see me cry, because I've always thought it was a sign of weakness. And I had to learn that it's not about being weak. It's about being authentically you. It's about spreading the light on where you're at and seeing your journey when you're not there anymore. And I've been single for a long time, so it's like, it's just me, and it's just my daughter, and when she's not here, it's just me. I love my friends, and I love my cousin, and I do want to shed a light on this too. Be mindful of who are your friends. Be mindful. I really, 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 really want to stretch this to you guys, because you have to be mindful of who you allow in your space. It is important, because when things like this happen, you need people who are gonna fight the devil for you. You need people who are gonna stand up against them demons. You need people who are gonna speak life into you. You need people who are gonna speak against every demon and every weapon formed against you. You need people who will remind you who the F you are. You need people who will remind you where you stand with Christ, because it gets real out here. This ain't no pity party for me. It was just a realization in my truth. But the amazing friends that I have now in my life, like just little stuff, like some of them knowing I can't go nowhere, bringing me food, some praying for me, deep prayers, like that goes a long way. Some sending me money because they know I just lost my income. Some just pouring into me, some helping me with information when it comes to lawyers and like how claims and stuff go. Just really just being there for me, you know what I'm saying? I absolutely adore the friends that God has placed in my life at this time, in this second in my life. And my family, although I'm not that close to my family, I may have a story time about some things like that maybe later. I have to get more comfortable with something like that. But my family, that day they showed up, you know, and I was very thankful for that. Sorry, my daughter, little toy. I was very thankful for that, and I was very I don't know, just knowing God is amazing. God is just a phenomenal being, and it was just like, you know, all right, love on your people, because you never know, that accident could have went better. God had better plans for me, and if God has bigger and better plans for me, who am I to stop the process? Who am I to sell it short? Who am I to cut it short? And life is and death is in the power of the tongue, and I will live and I will not die. I am strong even when I don't want to be. I am amazing. I am worthy. I am righteous. I am a child of God. I am undefeated. And I love God. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm talking so gentle today, because that's just like how I feel right now. Yeah, and I feel like I'm gonna make another video today. I'm not gonna cry on that one, but I'm just gonna hit some little points or whatever, but I don't know when I'm gonna post it. But I just want to say, because I don't want this to be too long or anything like that, and I want people to really understand it, and I pray that you guys watch to the end, because it's gonna get, you know what I'm saying, you know, hey, But I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I pray that you like, comment, subscribe. I pray that you share this for anybody who's is heavy right now, for them, anybody who's tough right now. I know the world is going through a lot of stuff, but anybody you know that you feel like they're losing the battle. I lost a cousin to suicide, so anybody you just feel like they're losing a battle, or you see too much of a difference, too much clutter, too much sleep, too much, a lot of things is something you should pay attention to, because it comes with symptoms. Depression is shown in different ways. And you just want to be mindful of how y'all. Can't wait to wipe my teeth. Can't wait till that stuff come. Cause what the? But no. But yeah. And just shed light on that, because it looks different. Stress, depression can kill people. Yeah. So I love y'all. I want to thank you so much for watching. I love y'all. I'm gonna have more content coming soon. And just thank you guys so much. Love y'all.